You ever hear a sentence so quiet, it feels louder than a scream? That's what happened the moment Dick Hallorann leaned forward, eyes shaking like he'd seen the inside of hell, and whispered the 7 words that change everything. He wasn't supposed to see us. Not, I'm scared. We're in danger. Not, we messed up. No. He said it like a man realizing the door he just opened, and here's the part they won't tell you in interviews, press releases, or military reports buried under 50 years of dust and denial. Dick wasn't warning them that something saw him. He was warning them that something recognized him, because being seen in Derry, that isn't visibility. It's vulnerability. It's invitation. It's permission. But let's pull the curtain back the way the military never dared to. The helicopter, the last safe moment they ever had. Picture this: a cold, trembling morning over Derry. The sky hanging low like a lid being screwed shut. 3 men inside a helicopter. Hallorann Rosso and Dick Hallorann are rising into a light so thin it feels borrowed. Shaw sent them up there with one goal: use Dick like a living compass. A man whose gift turns memories into maps and horrors into coordinates. Dick holds an old slingshot. A small thing. Wooden, harmless. But the second his fingers wrap around it, something ancient inside him wakes up. His vision leaves the helicopter. His mind leaves his body. His soul leaves safety. And suddenly, he's not in the sky anymore. He's underground. In Derry's veins. In the place where every missing child's whisper still echoes. He's standing before a circus wagon with painted red letters spelling out a name every child once trusted. Pennywise. 2 glowing eyes blink open in the dark. Not playful. Not curious. Hungry. A mountain of floating bodies rises behind it. Faces he knows, faces he doesn't. Like a half-built cathedral made of the dead. And somewhere in that mass, her face appears. His grandmother. The one who gave him the shine. The one who shouldn't be here. The one who is dead. She's floating. But she's also looking at him like she's reaching through death to pull him back. And then, his body moves. Not in the vision. In the helicopter. His foot slides toward the open hatch like he's being invited to step into thin air. And he almost does. Hallorann tackles him and slams him down before he walks right out into the sky. The first rule of hunting monsters: don't let them look back. When the helicopter lands, Dick isn't sweating. He's shaking. Not because of what he saw, but because of what saw him. He steps forward, voice cracked low. Something saw me. But later, when Shaw presses him again, Dick simplifies everything into one terrifying truth. He wasn't supposed to see us. Meaning what? Meaning the entire mission. Every plan, every map, every classified file was built on a single assumption. Dick could look into the dark without the dark looking back. That assumption was wrong. And when that rule broke, the hunt flipped. Why being seen is worse than being attacked? Let me ask you something, and answer honestly in the comments. Would you rather be chased by a monster or studied by one? Because the creature in Derry doesn't just jump out from behind closets like a cheap Halloween prank. It learns you. It shapes itself around your fear. It bends the world until you walk exactly where it wants you to. We've already watched it twist streets into loops, turn grocery aisles into dead ends, and slide quietly into people's heads like it's slipping a hand inside a glove. It doesn't chase Dick. It nudges him toward death. A whisper in his brain. A little push toward the open hatch. Because now that it's seen him, it doesn't need to run after him. It only needs to invite him to fall. And that slingshot he held, that wasn't nostalgia. It wasn't sentiment. It wasn't childhood. It was a key. A door opener. A bridge between Dick's shine and the creature's hunger. Shaw thought it would point toward the monster. He didn't realize it would also point the monster back toward Dick. Dick Hallorann didn't light a beacon. He became one. Shaw believes he's leading a search. A controlled, strategic, military-grade investigation. As if this creature is some Cold War relic buried underground like a bomb. But bombs stay still. Bombs don't react. Bombs don't watch you watching them. This thing turns Dick's gift into a spotlight. A spotlight that cuts through realities. A spotlight that says, here I am. And here you are. Hello, Dick. Once that connection forms, it can't be undone. The shine doesn't just project outward. It attracts inward. Just like Dick's grandmother appears among the dead and reaches for him, the creature reaches back too. but with different intentions entirely. And here's the secret nobody wants to admit: most monsters attack the body. This one attacks context, memory, perception, the invisible parts of you. Which means the second it sees you, it's not just seeing your face. It's seeing what scares you, who you love, what breaks you, what you pretend not to fear, what you'd do anything to protect. It doesn't want your blood. It wants your story. And now it has Dicks. And Derry protects its monsters. Here's where the town itself becomes the villain. Shaw meets Rose decades later and doesn't recognize her. Not because he forgot, but because Derry made him forget. Derry hides its ghosts. It blurs memories the farther you travel. It protects the nightmare. Which means when something in Derry finally chooses to see you, it is choosing to remember you. And it never forgets its food. The kids, the other half of the trap. And while Dick is whispering warnings, the kids in the graveyard snap a photo of a distant figure with glowing eyes. When Will develops it, he says one word: a clown. The same lurks. The same hunting suit. Kids look longer. Kids trust more. Kids step closer. Attention is its first weapon. Fear is its second. And the moment those kids look at it and capture it, it learns them too. Now it has faces, names, fears, weaknesses, proof that these kids won't run. It sees their courage. It sees their curiosity. And it sees a challenge. That the hunt is over. The counterattack begins. Dick feels the shift before anyone else. He knows the mission is no longer to find anything. It's to survive something that just woke up. And when he whispers, "It wasn't supposed to see us," he's not being poetic. He's giving Shaw the only warning he'll ever get. You shine a flashlight into a cave long enough, and eventually, something shines back. From that moment forward, the search isn't a search anymore. It's a fight. There's something strange about the moment a monster notices you. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. It doesn't roar or scream or lunge. It just acknowledges you. Like a shadow turning its head. Like something very old finally deciding, you'll do. That's what Dick Hallorann feels when the connection snaps shut. Not fear. Recognition. As if the creature is saying, "Ah, there you are." And the truth is, Pennywise didn't just see Dick. It identified him. Like a predator locking eyes with prey across a field. No matter how far the prey runs, the predator remembers the pattern. Derry doesn't protect people. It protects the creature. Most towns help you feel safe. Derry helps you forget why you should be afraid. People come and go. Memories fade. Names crumble like dust the moment you cross the town line. But the creature, it remembers everything. It remembers the kids who take photos. It remembers the soldiers who trespass. It remembers the men who dare to map its hunting ground. Once you're in its orbit, you never leave it again. And now, because of that one moment in the helicopter, Dick is marked. Shaw still thinks this is science. And that's the tragic part. Shaw believes he's dealing with an anomaly, like radiation leaking from a buried object, something you can measure, track, study. He doesn't understand that the thing he's hunting has already studied him back. Shaw thinks intelligence means control. The creature thinks intelligence means flavor. When Shaw brings Dick into that helicopter, he thinks he's activating a device. The creature thinks he's delivering dinner. And here's the part that breaks Dick the most. He knows it. He knows his shine isn't just a tool. It's bait. It's invitation. It's a neon sign in the dark that screams, "Come find me." The grandmother in the vision. Let's talk about that. His grandmother. The same woman who passed the shine down to him. Appears floating with the dead. But she doesn't look afraid. She looks like she's trying to pull him back. Why? Because she knows the danger. Because she's been in that place before. Because she understands the cost of the shine better than he does. Her appearance isn't random. It's a warning. She's saying, don't let it pull you deeper. Don't let it see more than it already has. And Dick listens. But it's too late. The eyes have already locked. Being seen is the first attack. Most people think horror starts with blood, screams, jump scares. Wrong. Real horror starts with awareness. The moment something unnatural knows you exist. A piece of your safety is gone forever. You can't run from something that knows your footsteps. You can't hide from something that recognizes your breath. You can't fight something that adjusts its shape to your panic. When Pennywise saw Dick, it didn't attack. It adapted. and that's much worse.